So let me just explain the rest of this, and then we're gonna practice. So when something's skewed, it's actually different. So last time I'm talking, I promise. So something skewed is like something slid over, right? And so although you would think like skewed to the right would mean the data is all to the right, the data is actually all to the opposite side. So when something's skewed to the left, that means the tail is on the left side. And so how I remembered it, you know me and my corny little dances, like the cha-cha slide. And so when I say skewed to the left, what direction are you actually moving? Right. Right, so you go skewed to the left. And the tail is at the left. And then I say skewed to the right. You go like this. And then when instead of crisscross, you're going to go median. Median. And the reason is today is our lesson about central tendency. And so there's two things we can use to get the middle. The median and the mean, right? And so the mean is your average, and your median is just the middle. When your data is skewed or there's outliers or anything like that, automatically you're going to be using the median. Because that way, if I was asking how many siblings you have, and Jayla has 50 siblings, if I added all your siblings up and divided by how many number you are, you're probably going to have like 30 siblings average, which wouldn't make sense in our data, right? So if something is an outlier or is skewed, we're using the median, and that's why I have you clap and say median. So you guys could do it from your seats, or you could do it with me standing up and look like a crazy person. So it's just going to be the three things. So when I say skewed to the left, which way are you actually moving? Right. Right, and your tail's at the left. So I say skewed to the left. You go this way. Skewed to the right. Median. Median. And you guys can like make up more lyrics, that's all I got. So we're going to do it a couple of times. I want it stuck in your head. Because when you get to that milestone and they ask you, oh, the data is skewed, what's the middle? And you're like, oh yeah, median. Median. Ready? I'll go this way. Ready? Skewed to the left. Skewed to the right. Median. Median. And I have it at the center too. So we'll do it a couple times. But what that means. All right, great job. So when something's skewed to the left, he's finishing. So when something's skewed to the left, the tail is at the left. When something's skewed to the right, the tail is at the right. That just means most of our data is off to one side. Normal distribution looks like a nice little wave, right? Where it's kind of like symmetrical. That's normal distribution. So I don't do anything for normal distribution because you know I'm not normal. So skewed is when one is one way, one's the other. Normal is like a normal curve, like a normal wave. Bi, what does bi mean? Two. So when there's two little bumps, you know it's a bi model. And we're not going to be doing much with that. And then at the bottom of this, it says if the data, real quick, if the data is skewed or contains outliers, this is at the bottom, what would we use? If it's skewed, median. Write that down. At the bottom of your yellow paper, it says if something's skewed, or it's right here, if the data is skewed or contains outliers, do we use the mean or the median for the center of the data? What do we use? Median. Good. So we use the median because that will tell us our data a little bit better. It'll show our center of our data. If it's normal, either of them we could use because they're going to be around the same number. So if there's a normal data, like it looks like a normal little curve, we can use the mean or median. It doesn't matter. It should be around the same number. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Right. So we're going to go through a few examples. I just want to make sure you understand what the question is asking. And the last 20 minutes is just going to be your deliverable. So I'm going to explain everything at once and then stop this recording, and then you guys can work. I lied. So the first thing right here, you'll find out. You weren't there last class, were you? No, so much more. All right, so the first one is dot plots. And so we're at the front of your packet now. This is review. So dot plots tell us the what? Well, median for you, but it's skewed. This is in your packet. So we're in the front of your packet, and so a dot plot is each data value on a scale or a dotted line. It tells us our frequency, right? So you're filling in it's on the first page of your packet. The one where you did your two. A histogram is based on intervals, right? And represents the data by each interval by a bar. And box plots, we're also going to be practicing with them again, like we did this morning. A graph that provides the data ordered and divided into 4 intervals, because box, what do we call those things that they're Q1 and Q3, what are those called? Quartiles. What does quartiles sound like? What coin? A quarter, right? And a quarter is how much cents? 25%. So each of those quartiles represents a quarter of your data, or 25%. And so box plots, and this is going to be on you have a checkpoint little quiz, it's 5 questions next class. And box plots, can you tell how many people you surveyed, or how many people you asked, or how many data points with a box plot? No, because it just tells you 25%. You don't know if I surveyed you 4, if I surveyed the entire school. Box plot doesn't tell us, but the other 2 do. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be working with. There we go. So you don't just come on your side. All right, so the next thing you guys are going to be doing is you're making a dot plot, a histogram, and a box plot for each of these right here. So the dot plot, you're saying there's the amount of inches and the frequency. So how many people are 42 inches? 1, and you can even write it out like this, because right here on the next page, you're going to have to do a box plot. So you're going to have to either put them in your calculator or do it by hand. So the first one's the dot plot. So just the little dots we did earlier. So we're on the first page. So here they're saying the height of each person, how many people are that height. So how many people are 43 inches? 2. So I put 2 43s. How many people are 44 inches? 4. And you would do that to your box plot. But you don't need that for your dot plot. Right here, how would we do the dot plot? You would go to 42, and how many dots would you put?
2.
For 42? 1.
Oh.
How many for 43? 2, and so on. So you're making a dot plot to the first one on your page on the bottom. The next one, which is on the next page, is histogram. So this is talking about intervals. So how many people are 41 or 42?
3.
But this starts at 42. So how many people are 41 or 42? 1. How many people are 43 or 44? 6, and so on. So you're doing a histogram to that. And then this is the box plot. So what things do we need to know in order to do our box plot? Median. What else? Q1, Q3.
Mean and the max and the min.
Max and min, right? We don't need the mean for this one.
Do we need the RQ?
Nope.
What
Nope,
is
not
that?
one. That's for the next. That's for the box plot on the next page. That's box plot.
Oh.
Yes. I can keep them on there a second. Yeah. You might have typed in something incorrect. You might have put 5 instead of 45. The next part is going to look like this. So this is saying. Yep, you can use your calculator for this one. Not really. For this one, which way is this skewed? This box plot. Skewed to the what?
Left.
The left, right? Because it's the tail. Skewed to the left. Your tail is at. So we're on the next right on the bottom. So you're saying which of these are true? Is this skewed to the right? No. Is the median 10? Which line represents my median?
The one in the middle.
This one. Is this at 10?
No.
No. Is the interquartile range, so from here to here, is that around 8? What is this?
Yeah.
So what would be your answer?
2 only.
2. So this is how the questions will look when you're taking your test.
Oh.
Skewed is like, see how the box is off to one side. Now this one, they're saying if you wanted to describe the solar eclipse, would you use the mean or the median? So first of all, is this data normal or skewed? Remember, normal should look like a wave.
Right, it's skewed.
It should look like this.
Skewed to the right.
Yep, it's skewed and it's to the right because my tail's to the right. So if it's skewed, what do I use? Median. And so that you're explaining that here. You would use the median because it's skewed to the right, or it's skewed in general. And then this one, they're giving you a dot plot and you're finding the mean and the median. So remember, these are your frequencies. So how many times, if you're doing it in your calculator, how many times would you type in 31? How many times? Once. How many times would you type 32 in? Twice, and so on. If you are using the calculator, this X right here, when you do that stat edit and you get that one bar, this thing right here, whatever you get, and it gets you your Q1, the very top of it says something like this. That is your mean. So if you're using your calculator, that X with the line on it means your mean. And so they're asking you, based on this data, what would be the middle of it, and will we use the mean or the median? What? Where? Oh, the one bar on your calculator, whatever it is. I was like, I don't even know what that was. Okay. Next one, and the rest are multiple choice. So you can go through these and do them. 20 minutes before your period, we're going to be doing your deliverable. So make sure you work on that. At 20, I'm going to stop it and we'll do our deliverable. At 40.
Can I go back?
Yeah, let me just pause this real quick.